When Pokemon evolve, they're supposed to get bigger, stronger, and faster, right? Well, not always. Some Pokemon actually become worse when they evolve. That's not just an opinion. It's a competitive fact. But today, this video isn't just talking about weaker evolutions. It's about Pokemon that are actually better off staying unevolved, dominating competitive scenes thanks to the item like Eviolite, boosting the defenses of Pokemon that can still evolve. And in some cases, those boosts make them stronger than their final forms. So yeah, sometimes evolving isn't the best choice. But that out the way, I'm Galaxy Terrence, and let's get started. Kicking things off at number 10 is the mascot himself, Pikachu. That's right, everyone's favorite yellow rat is actually better in certain games like Let's Go, Sun and Moon, or Sword and Shield. And that all comes down to this one insane item called the Light Ball, which boosts Pikachu's attack stat by 1 stage. And Pikachu's the only Pokemon that can use this item, so Raichu and Pichu can't get it to work. This item is so good that it gives it a higher special attack stat than freaking Mewtwo. Pair that with moves like Volt Tackle or Thunderbolt, and Pikachu becomes a fast, hard-hitting threat that your opponent can't afford to ignore. Next up is a surprise pick, Tangela. Sure, it evolves into Tangrowth, but sometimes it's actually better off staying unevolved. Why? The Eviolite. With that boost, Tangela is already physical bulk, becomes downright monstrous, but it take hits from some of the strongest physical attackers in the game. And it's not just a wall, it's annoying too. With moves like Sleep Powder and Poison Powder, Tangela can shut down opponents and wear them down over time. That makes it a reliable check to some threats like Kangaskhan, Torterra, and Lycanroc, turning this vine-covered Pokemon into a defensive nightmare. Coming in at number 8, we've got Clefairy. In the NFE metagame, this thing is an absolute support powerhouse. With the Eviolite boosting its bulk, Clefairy becomes surprisingly tough to take down, especially on the special side. But what really makes it shine is its utility. We're talking about moves like Knock Off, Stealth Rock, and Thunder Wave. Everything you need to control the pace of the battle. And then there's an ability, Magic Guard, which completely blocks passive damage. No chip damage from hazards, no burn damage, no poison, no nothing. All of that combined with Clefairy comfortably check major threats like Roaring Fan and Savala Dragon, making it one of the most reliable support Pokemon in its tier. Coming in at number 7, we've got Mischievous. Don't let that cute, spooky look fool you. This Pokemon can be an absolute nightmare in competitive play. What really makes Mischievous so dangerous is its versatility. It can act as a spin blocker, a status spreader, or even a Parasong Trapper to slowly take down bulky opponents. Its move pool is stacked too. Options like Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, Pain Split, and of course Parasong shut down both offensive and defensive Pokemon with ease. And with the Eviolite boosting its defense, Mischievous becomes surprisingly durable, giving it plenty of chances to switch in and disrupt your opponent's game plan. So yeah, Mischievous isn't just a spooky Pokemon, it's a nightmare for unprepared teams. At number 6, we've got the Queen of Special Walls, Chansey. HP and incredible special defense, Chansey becomes nearly unbreakable when holding an Eviolite. Special attacks that would drop most Pokemon barely even scratch it. But it's not just about taking hits. Chansey brings huge support value too, with moves like Heal Bell, Stealth Rock, and Toxic. It keeps its team healthy while slowly wearing down opponents. Its sheer bulk is so overwhelming that it literally shaped the metagame, forcing special attackers to think twice before even stepping in. Even devastating threats like Ash Greninja, Mega Alakazam, Volcarona, and Mega Charizard Y struggle to break through this pink wall. For all teams, Chansey isn't just strong, it's virtually indestructible. Sliding in at number 6 is Dusclops. Now this Pokemon is an absolute tank. With the Eviolite boosting its already insane defenses, Dusclops becomes incredibly hard to kill, turning into one of the most reliable walls in the game. It shines as a spin blocker and a physical wall, consistently checking threats like Golem, Savalai, and Muffalon without breaking a sweat. And once it starts going, it really starts wearing them teams down. Toxic slowly drains opponents, while Will-O-Wisp cripples physical attackers right from the start, forcing your opponent into a brutal war of attrition. Sure, Dusclops isn't dealing much damage back, but it doesn't really need to. Its bulk, agility, and ability to outlast opponents makes it an absolute nightmare to face. Coming in at number 4, we've got Duosion, the psychic Pokemon that turned defense into offense. Thanks to its ability Magic Guard, Duosion is completely immune to status moves and entry hazards, meaning no chip damage whatsoever. That alone gives it incredible staying power. But what really makes it dangerous is its setup potential, with Recover for reliable healing and boosting its moves like Calm Mind and Acid Armor. Duosion can steadily become harder to break while hitting back even harder. It can ignore Toxic, outlast bulky opponents, and slowly overwhelm teams that aren't prepared to deal with it. Duosion isn't just bulky, it's a strategic winning condition that can take over the game if left unchecked. At number 3, we've got Haunter, a fast, deadly threat that excels in both a wall breaker and a revenge killer. With its impressive speed, Haunter outspeeds key threats of Roman Fan and Oricorio. It can even outspeed Pokemon like Jinx. That alone makes it a constant danger. Pair that with high special attack and powerful stat moves like Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb, and you got a Pokemon that hits hard and fast. Defensively, it's a Ghost Poison type, which gives it key immunities to normal and fighting type moves, while Levitate removes its ground type weakness, making it a surprisingly tricky Pokemon to deal with. And the flexibility, huge. Running Life Orb to break through teams, Choice Scarf to outspeed and clean up weakened opponents. Fast, versatile, and hard-hitting, Haunter is a serious problem for any unprepared team. Let's talk about 2 Pokemon that were under the radar for quite some time, but made huge names for themselves in Scarlet and Violet's competitive battles. And I'm talking about number 2, Electabuzz and Magmar. For a long time, these Pokemon were overlooked, but that was changing fast because it comes down to one game-changing move: Follow Me. It doubles Follow Me redirects attacks towards the user, protecting their partner and creating huge openings. And now, Magmar and Electabuzz can take full advantage of them. Magmar brings solid defensive pressure with its fire typing. It can cripple physical attackers using Will-O-Wisp and still hit hard with moves like Overheat, while Electabuzz offers speed to break through protect and Helping Hand to boost its partner's damage. It plays a key supporting role while staying fast enough to keep up the pace of doubles. Before, Follow Me was mostly seen on Pokemon like Togekiss or Clefairy, but now Magmar and Electabuzz bring something different. Faster redirection combined with fast offensive presence. That combination adds a whole new layer of versatility. They can protect teammates, disrupt battles, and still apply pressure, all at the same time. Thanks to Follow Me, these two have gone from niche picks to legitimate threats in formats like VGC. It just goes to show, sometimes all it takes is one move to completely change a Pokemon's place in the meta. Now, let's talk about the most reliable Pokemon in competitive play, and maybe the best Pokemon in competitive history of all time, Porygon 2. This tech powerhouse shines with Trick Room's teams. With its incredible bulk and access to Eviolite, Porygon 2 becomes one of the toughest Pokemon to take down in its tier. And then there's its ability, Trace, which lets it copy the opponent's abilities and sometimes turning their own strategies against them. But Porygon 2 isn't just a wall. It can fight back too. Moves like Tri-Attack for consistent damage and Recover for reliable healing. It can stay on the field and wear opponents down over time. That bulk allows it to check powerful threats like Zygarde's 10%, Metagross, and Tyrantrum, making it a key defensive piece on many teams. And under Trick Room, its low speed becomes an advantage, letting it out and pressure faster opponents with ease. Often flying under the radar, Porygon 2's mix of resilience, utility, and offensive presence makes it a true game changer. So there we have it. Those are the 10 best unevolved Pokemon in competitive play. Were your favorites on this list? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss another video. And with that, I'm going to catch y'all later.